Better to ruin one moment than the rest of your life. Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You've now tuned into my recap of Empire. Definitely make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And you can go over and check out my other channel, which is Samore Love TV, for my beauty videos and my love and hip hop recaps. All right, you guys. So I feel like this episode, it was okay. The recap is going to be super short because I'm looking at my notes right now and they look real small. You know, the first thing, or kind of one of the main things that happened, was that Jamal, he got a call that told him that his boo thing Kai was back. Well, they found him, and you know, of course, that was awesome. They did go to the hospital to see him, both him and Cookie. And when he was in the hospital, the crazy thing about it was that you know, he was kind of open with everything. You know, for me, I'd probably be like, okay, my boyfriend can stay, but his mama got to go out the room. You know what I mean? But he was just so open that the doctor ends up saying that his virus counts are kind of high for the HIV. And she, you know, she was doing her own thing, and she kind of like looked up when she heard that, like, HIV, you know, because that's something, that's next level when you hear something like that. You know, we've been taught, I know for me, myself, like HIV is, or AIDS, they're one and the same, even though they're kind of not. It's like you've learned that as a child. I eventually learned the difference between the two, but that's what you think. You just think HIV, AIDS, death is coming near. But there's so many advances in medicine now that there are ways to kind of work around that. And just like him, there are people that it doesn't show up in their system, or it's virtually undetectable. But because of all the trauma that his body has been through, it's kind of elevated and it is showing up now. So he definitely would have to be a lot more careful. And, you know, they're both taking precautions. What's his name is using the PrEP pill, and he told his mama that, and she's like, what you prepping? You prepping to die? I was like, oh my God. But I've seen advertisements for that as well. She was like, you know, you don't really know the side effects of the pills and things like that, which is true. A lot of these medicines, they do help you to cure one thing, but a lot of times they mess you up in another way, you know? All of a sudden you go in because you're taking some medicine for your headaches, and then all of a sudden you get freaking liver problems or something like that, you know? It's crazy how medicine kind of works. I mean, it's good, but then it can also have negative things as well. But she also told Luscious about that as well. But Luscious, he kind of gave a different approach. He kind of was like, you know, I know you're a grown man. I'm not going to want to give you the protect yourself speech. He's like, you don't have to. You know, it was kind of like more like, I'm here with you, just do the right thing and make sure you're doing what's good so you can be here for a long time because we care about you. You know, like one of those just real cool, laid back type of conversations, you know? Luscious, he now has Devon. He's taking him up under his wing, and he's trying to get that beast out. Like, he's trying to get that monster that he has invoked out of a lot of different artists. He knows how to kind of get those buttons and get those creative juices flowing, you know, hit those buttons. So that's exactly what he's doing with him, because initially he kind of felt like Devon was kind of holding back a little bit. Andre, he's hanging out with his frat brothers, and he kind of realizes at that moment that they kind of look at people that have been incarcerated as animals, because one of them pretty much said it, and it was one of the white fraternity brothers. And he tried to let them know, like, not everybody in there is animals. He's like, yeah, you're not an animal, you're one of us. But they just have this negative, you know, thoughts in their mind that everybody in jail is animals. Probably because they're also, a majority of them are minorities, you know, so they're not on their level. He's different because he graduated. He has money, you know, stuff like that. But that got him to thinking about the young boy that was in jail that he helped to save, because he, from what I gathered from the previous episodes, it was a case of like mistaken identity, or, you know, they just took him because he fit the profile or something like that. And he's trying, now that kind of invoked a spark in him that he wants to try to see what he can do to get him out. Hakeem and Tiana, they're back on good terms for the moment, but it didn't last too long because when they went to Devon's release party to try to get like people, you know, to invest in him and things like that, Hakeem kind of went off the handle. And we did see some clips of previous things that happened that we didn't get to see, where they was actually supposed to have 2 babies. She was supposed to have twins, but the little girl that she was supposed to have ended up dying. You know, but I feel like the blessing in that with them, although it kind of changed him a lot, because if they would have listened to her in the hospital, it wouldn't have happened that way. The thing about it is that at least they do have a daughter, you know, because Anika's gone. So it's like, that's her real daughter right now. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And she's the only mother, she's the main mother that she's even known for the most part. So even though it's not her biological daughter, I feel like at least she still gets to experience a daughter. And she's gotten to pretty much know the baby since she was a baby. And be with her since that. Because wasn't she a baby the last time we saw her before the shooting? So, I mean, at least there's a silver lining to it all. And he already has a daughter, even though it's like, that was supposed to be my baby girl. I feel like that's the way he feels. And, you know, he also feels like if they would have listened to her when she was saying something was wrong, it wouldn't have went down that way. So he kind of, that's part of the reason, as well as his lung being messed up. It's just kind of it all impacted him one after another tragedy, as well as Anika going. So it was like 3 tragedies for him back to back to back, as well as his music career is kind of failing. So then he sees Blake like kind of moving in, which I told y'all in the last episode, I felt like her and Blake was about to have something going down. That was supposed to be her next boo. If they didn't get back on good terms. So then when he found out that I think Blake had wrote that song, even though Blake didn't even want that song to get out, he went ape shit. Like, he went crazy. And when it's a fight, and Blake was fighting back, I was like, you better go ahead, Blake. Show them what's up, dude. Let them know. Like, it ain't about to go down like that. Like, you ain't gonna be punching me like that. I ain't even do nothing. But he feels that connection between them. So that's the whole thing. He's like, you know, I feel like Blake is trying to get with you or whatever. He really told her that. And it's crazy because he just got himself like back in the house. You know, they was just starting to get good. And then he goes and F's it up on a major scale. You know what I mean? Kai, he ends up proposing to Jamal. And the crazy thing about it is because we already seen that Jamal had wanted to propose to him. And he felt like all was lost when they couldn't find him. So now they both down on one knee, like proposing to each other. It was kind of cute and romantic. It's a great way because they both got their rings already, which is crazy. So they don't even need nothing else. You know what I mean? Just go to wherever you're going to go and get married. And that's it. So, yeah, I mean, that was pretty much the highlights of the episode. Other than that, I mean, Andre, he's, like I say, he's trying to get the young boy out. And he's kind of getting close to the mother. So we'll see how that unfolds. I kind of feel like they're going to be the next, like, love connection. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this episode down below. Thanks for watching. Stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I will see you guys on the next one. Oh, P.S. Before I go, make sure you check out my Friday Shade and Juices, okay? Make sure you check it out and all that good stuff. I'm working on it, and I'm trying to be consistent for Fridays. That's going to be the day, Friday.